Your next speaker is Lucy Hall.
Hello everyone. So hands up, who would like a little bit more spice, a little bit more pepper, a little bit more ooh, a little bit more in their life? Hands up. Yeah, there's a few of you. So the quickest way to have a little bit more spice in your life is to step out of your comfort zone. Your comfort zone's nice, it's good, there's nothing wrong with that. But when you step out of it, I was taught that when you step out of it, you get into something called the stretch zone. So you're stretching yourself. But what I've discovered is it's the magic zone. Stepping out of your comfort zone, you're stepping into this world of the unknown. You don't know what's going to happen. Does that sound exciting?
Yeah.
So I've got a little story to tell you about the magic zone. 6 years ago, I was in the spiritual retreat centre in Holland. I was doing this meditation which had 13 different stages. The 8th stage involved doing some flirty dancing with different people. Do you like my flirty dancing? So I was dancing with one person, like, ooh. And the person that was leading said, okay, find a new partner. So then I found a new partner. I was dancing with them. Ooh. And then she said, okay, find a third partner. So I turned round and I saw this guy. Oh my gosh. He had this tight white t-shirt on. These beautiful defined muscles. Not too muscly, but nicely just enough. And this washboard stomach. I was like, oh my God. So we had this dance together. It's a bit slower than the other two dances. But there was so much energy between us. There was so much electricity. My whole body was just like, ah! Has anyone felt like that way before, having a dance with someone? Anyone married in here? You should put your hands up to that question. Okay? So we had this dance. Afterwards, I was like with my friend, oh my God, who's that guy? I said, he's really, really sexy, but he looks a bit young. And she said, he's 20. At the time, I was 42, and I thought, 20 is 20. It's too young, it's too young. So I walked away. 16 months later, 16 months, I'll tell you why it's relevant. 16 months later, I'm back at the spiritual centre. I walk into the kitchen, making myself a cup of tea. That's how I walk when I'm making myself a cup of tea. I walk into the kitchen. Guess who's there? Yeah. Mr. Tight White T-shirt man. I see him, he's chopping vegetables. I've never seen vegetable chopping look so sexy in my whole life. Honestly. I literally stop and my jaw hits the ground and I'm looking at him. I must be standing there for a good 30 seconds, a minute, just looking at him. Obviously he feels my eyes boring into him and he looks up, puts the knife down and he gets this look on his face. And then he saunters over. You know that sexy walk that men do? He walks over, gets far too close, standing there. My heart's like, he says to me, do you remember that dance we had? And I go, yes. Suddenly I regress to a 16-year-old girl. He's like, would you like to have another dance later? I'm like, yes, I would love that. So we have another dance later, and that's the beginning of our relationship, because in those 16 months, he's had 2 birthdays. That makes him 22. Yay! So 22 sounds better than 20, something in my mind. So a year later, we're back at the spiritual centre. Very popular spiritual centre, I have to say. We're doing this 30-day retreat. So near the end, day 28, I think it was, we have this big bus stop. And I have this rule that you never go to bed on a bus stop, you always make up. But this time I was just in that stubborn thing. Sometimes I get stubborn, you know. Good Scottish women get stubborn sometimes. I don't apologise for my part. I don't apologise. I believe when you have an argument, both of you have a part in it. I don't apologise. We go to bed, we're lying with our backs next to each other. Wake up in the morning, I go down to breakfast table, I'm sitting with all the girls. And I'm going, bloody men. Bloody men. Aren't they terrible? And we're all like, ah. I feel this tap on my shoulder and I turn around and it's him. I'm like, what do you want? He's like, straight face. Can we talk outside? I thought, oh God, that's serious. I said, okay, so I get up and I'm following him, walking him outside. He says, let's go to the top of that hill. I'm like, oh, not the top of the hill. That's serious then? He's going to dump me. He's had enough. So we're walking up the top of this hill, I'm walking behind him, and I'm having this like conversation in my head. Just apologise, stop being stubborn. No, I'm not going to apologise, he has to apologise first. I'm having this conversation with myself, and then for a couple of minutes I get distracted by his cute butt and those jeans. I'm kind of, and I come back to the argument. We get to the top of the hill, and this voice in my head is just screaming, apologise, apologise, go on, just apologise to him. And I said, no, so he's got to apologise first. Well, if he's going to dump me, he's going to dump me. I don't care, all stubborn. So I'm standing there waiting to be dumped. And then this is what happened. So I'm looking at him. And just for a moment, because my mind, I've never thought about marriage before. My mind is a bit, I'm looking at him thinking, has he dropped something? Has his contact lens come out? What is he doing down there? And then his hand goes in his pocket and pulls out this box, and then I realise, oh my God. He opens the box, he says to me, will you marry me? And I just look into his eyes and I think, wow, I just love you so much. You're just such a beautiful man with a beautiful heart. I say, yes, of course I will. And he stands up and we hug each other. It's like, ah, and there's bells and there's like lightning and, well, it's not really, but anyway. And then he says to me, by the way, there's one other thing. I'm like, hold on a minute, you just proposed to me, how can there be one other thing? He said, I've arranged for our wedding for tonight. So I'm like, okay. And we get married that night. And it's been 4 years of marriage together with this beautiful man. And the thing is, if I hadn't got out of my comfort zone, if I hadn't gone to that spiritual centre, if I hadn't did that strange meditation, I wouldn't have got into that magic zone of the unknown. Because I could never have planned, oh, I want to meet a 20-year-old guy, I want him to propose to me on the top of a hill, I want him to arrange our secret wedding. I couldn't have even imagined something like that happening. But it's because I stepped out of the comfort zone and into the magic zone. So now I would like to know, who would like a little bit more in their life? Put your hands up. A few of yous. So all those that put their hands up, can I ask you just to stand? And say after me, I am going to make 2019 the year that I embrace the magic zone.
I'm going to make 2019 the year that I embrace the magic.
Woo! Thank you so much.